Recently, the price of Bitcoin has continued to rise and break through $99,000 at an all-time high. It is close to the $100,000 threshold. At the same time, other encrypted currencies are also getting stronger. According to CoinBlast data, as of November 23rd, 17 o'clock in the last 24 hours, there are more than 140,000 people in the virtual currency market. The total amount of the warehouse is about $429 billion. As of November 23rd, 17 o'clock in Beijing, the price of Bitcoin is about $98,510. In addition, the international gold price has recently entered the upper range again. The local time is Friday. The current gold price stands at $2,100 per ounce. Since this week, the international gold price has risen 5 days in a row. The cumulative rise is close to 6%, which is the largest single-week rise since October last year. Why did Bitcoin soar? Market analysts believe that the Fed will continue to lower interest rates in November, and that the Republican Party has promised to support the encryption of currency measures during the election. It has become a push for Bitcoin prices to rise rapidly. The price of Bitcoin is affected by the supply-demand pattern, the macroeconomic and market sentiment, etc. In terms of supply, Bitcoin's mining reward reduction mechanism is one of the important factors in its price rise. This year, Bitcoin experienced another reduction. This supports the subsequent price rise. In terms of demand, the Republican Party promised to put Bitcoin into national reserve assets during the election to create the United States as the world's encrypted currency capital, appoint regulators who are interested in digital assets, etc. Related policy expectations have promoted an increase in Bitcoin demand. From a macro level, the global economic growth is in a stable position. Inflation pressure reduction and the startup of the European and American central banks bring more liquidity to the market. In addition, when Bitcoin prices break through the key peak, the market's optimistic sentiment becomes an important driving force for the price to rise. For Bitcoin's future trend, American billionaire and well-known encrypted currency investor Michael Novogratz recently said that Bitcoin will definitely break through the $100,000 threshold, but that it may fall back by up to 20%. He believes that the leverage of the encrypted currency community has reached its limit. Therefore, there will be adjustments. The leveraged stocks and ETFs will also face trouble. Investors should be wary of market fluctuations and uncertainty about the potential risks and take appropriate risk management measures. Will Bitcoin become a US reserve asset? The price of Bitcoin transactions has risen sharply, causing an international market craze. There is also a rumor that the United States will promote Bitcoin as a national strategic reserve asset. Related topics are rapidly rising. The attitude and actions of the new US government on Bitcoin and other encrypted currencies and its impact on the global financial pattern are worth paying close attention to. The Economic Daily issued a statement earlier. Although the upcoming new US government is very interested in encrypted currencies, in order for Bitcoin to become a US national reserve asset, it still needs to pass several levels. From a policy point of view, to list Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset requires a complex legislative process, which involves the coordination and balance of multiple regulatory agencies. In addition to the traditional US financial institutions, conservative members and interest groups who have doubts about digital assets may be against it. The implementation is not difficult. From the market and regulatory level, the price of Bitcoin often has severe shocks, and there is a considerable gap between the requirements of national reserve for stability. At the same time, the US encrypted currency regulatory system is not strong enough. To bring Bitcoin into the national reserve system, a more complete legal framework is needed. The US media also pointed out that Bitcoin has never been a good inflation-based tool, and the relationship between Bitcoin and speculative stocks is closer. Instead, it is closer to traditional inflation-based tools such as gold or bonds linked to inflation. Bitcoin's own attributes are not stable. Once it becomes a strategic reserve asset, it may bring greater challenges to regulatory agencies and may also trigger the alert of other countries in the world. The US economy, which has been plagued by high inflation for more than 10 days, is not yet known whether it can withstand the shock